The quiet hush of evening descends upon us, much like the soft twilight settling over a sprawling field in Kansas, painting the horizon in hues of lavender and muted gold. Or perhaps it's the gentle hum of city life softening into a distant murmur as lights begin to twinkle in apartments across a Brooklyn neighborhood. Wherever you are, I invite you to settle into that space, to let your awareness drift inwards, away from the day's lingering echoes, towards something profoundly simple, yet endlessly vital: your breath. Feel it now, that steady, unhurried rhythm of air flowing in and out of your body. It is the most consistent companion you have, a loyal and unwavering presence from your very first cry to this very moment. There's no effort required, no conscious thought. It simply happens. A continuous, effortless ballet choreographed by your own remarkable physiology. Each inhale is a gentle drawing in, a quiet invitation for renewal. Each exhale is a soft release, a quiet letting go, a surrender to the unfolding moment. This automatic, life-sustaining rhythm is a marvel of biological precision, yet it performs its miraculous work with an almost imperceptible grace, demanding nothing but your quiet acceptance. Consider the air itself, this invisible ocean that surrounds us, cradling our planet. It is a vast, boundless expanse, stretching from the gentle whisper of grass in a California valley to the soaring peaks of the Rocky Mountains, touching every tree, every building, every living being. We move through it, breathe it, exist within it, often without a second thought. Yet, this air is a complex tapestry of elements, a delicate balance that sustains all terrestrial life. And at the heart of this tapestry, for us, lies a truly remarkable component: oxygen. Oxygen. The very word seems to hum with a quiet energy. It is the essence of respiration, the fundamental fuel that powers our cells, igniting the spark of life within us. It courses through our blood, nourishing every tissue, every muscle, every thought. Without it, even for a few brief moments, our delicate balance would falter. We take its boundless availability for granted, a constant, abundant gift from the atmosphere, always there, always ready to fill our lungs with its life-giving embrace. It feels limitless, doesn't it? As if the air we breathe is an infinite, self-renewing wellspring. Think about the feeling of a deep, cleansing breath. Perhaps you've just stepped outside on a crisp autumn morning in Vermont, and that first lungful of cool, pure air feels invigorating, almost awakening your senses. Or perhaps you're standing on the sun-drenched coast of Florida, feeling the gentle breeze carry the salty tang of the ocean, filling your lungs with a vast, expansive freshness. In those moments, the very act of breathing becomes a profound connection to the larger world, a quiet acknowledgement of the endless bounty that surrounds us. This air, rich with the silent gift of oxygen, is a testament to the planet's sustaining power, a silent promise of life. The seemingly infinite supply of oxygen in our atmosphere is a profound wonder. It is not something we consciously create or control. It is provided endlessly by the tireless work of nature. For centuries, perhaps for as long as human beings have breathed, this abundance has been a quiet given, a background hum of security. We simply inhale, and the oxygen is there, ready to infuse our bodies with its vital essence. This constant, effortless availability creates a deep sense of safety, a feeling that the very air we breathe will always be there to support us, silently and reliably. This reliance on a seemingly boundless supply of oxygen fosters a quiet confidence, a belief that the natural world provides generously and perpetually. It's a comfort that stretches back to our earliest ancestors, who gazed up at the sky and felt the wind on their faces, trusting in the constancy of the air. This inherent trust, This deep-seated assumption of ample breath underpins much of our sense of well-being. It allows us to focus on the intricacies of our lives, knowing that the most fundamental requirement for our existence is being silently, endlessly met. Even in our scientific understanding, the vastness of the atmosphere, with its towering clouds and its invisible currents, has always been seen as a colossal reservoir of this precious gas. We learned in school that plants, through the gentle alchemy of photosynthesis, take in carbon dioxide and gracefully release oxygen. We learned of the grand cycles, the continuous renewal, the perfect balance. It was a comforting narrative, painting a picture of a self-regulating planet, perpetually providing the very air we need to survive. This understanding contributes to our feeling of being held, cradled within a vast, intelligent natural system. So, as you breathe now, allow that deep rhythmic flow to fill you with a profound sense of peace. Feel the quiet efficiency of your lungs, drawing in the life-giving essence, releasing the gentle exhalation. Recognize that this simple automatic act connects you not just to your own body, but to the entire living tapestry of Earth. You are a part of this grand system, a small, yet significant participant in the ceaseless dance of air and life. And for now, let the abundance of this invisible, life-sustaining ocean of air lull you into a state of deep, unhurried rest. This initial journey into the very air we breathe is designed to ground you, to connect you to the most fundamental and comforting aspects of existence. It's a reminder that even in a world filled with complexity, there are underlying simplicities, profound gifts that sustain us without effort. The very act of respiration, so often overlooked, is a continuous miracle, a silent testament to the generosity of our planet. And in this gentle contemplation, we can allow our minds to settle, our anxieties to soften, and our bodies to prepare for a deeper, more profound state of peace. The security of this constant flow, the unwavering presence of oxygen in every breath, is a deeply comforting thought. It's like a quiet, reliable friend who is always there, always providing, without ever needing to be asked. This fundamental sense of provision allows us to feel truly safe, truly supported in the vastness of the world. It's the background hum of life, the reassuring rhythm that underlies all our experiences. And as you become more aware of this silent gift, you might find yourself sinking deeper into a state of effortless calm, letting go of the day's lingering concerns, allowing yourself to be held by the very air you breathe. This feeling of being cradled by the atmosphere, sustained by its invisible bounty, is a powerful antidote to any lingering worries. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have in abundance, from what is uncertain to what is eternally present. The simple, profound act of breathing becomes a meditation, a gentle affirmation of life's inherent generosity. And in this affirmation, we find a pathway to deep relaxation, a quiet surrender to the natural processes that govern our existence. So, let the gentle, rhythmic flow of your breath be your anchor, guiding you deeper into this state of tranquility. Feel the cool air entering your nostrils, the slight expansion of your chest, the soft release. With each inhale, imagine drawing in a sense of peace and renewal. With each exhale, imagine letting go of anything that no longer serves you, any tension, any lingering thoughts. You are in a safe space, held by the gentle embrace of the Earth's atmosphere, sustained by the endless gift of oxygen. As the gentle rhythm of our own breath settles into a comforting hum, and the memory of the boundless air around us cradles our awareness, we now shift our gaze to another vast and vital presence on our planet, the ocean. Imagine it not as a distant, abstract concept, but as a living, breathing entity, stretching from the sun-drenched shores of California's Big Sur, where rugged cliffs meet the endless expanse of the Pacific, to the calm, introspective waters that lap against the barrier islands of North Carolina. It is a world of incredible depth and surface serenity, a place where the familiar and the mysterious flow together in a ceaseless, graceful dance. Feel the subtle presence of this immense body of water. Perhaps you recall the gentle pull of the tide on a quiet beach in Florida, or the expansive feeling gazing out at the vastness from a small fishing boat off the coast of Maine. The ocean, in its sheer scale, evokes a sense of both awe and profound calm. Its surface, sometimes mirror-smooth and reflecting the sky, at other times gently rippling with the unhurried movement of waves, suggests an infinite capacity for peace. These waves, though constantly moving, possess a rhythmic quality, a lulling back and forth that mimics the very breath we just contemplated. They arrive, they whisper their stories on the shore, and then they softly recede, preparing for the next gentle approach. For generations, the ocean has been seen as a symbol of boundless abundance, a source of life and sustenance. From the earliest human civilizations, nestled along coastlines and river mouths, to the bustling ports of modern-day America, the waters have provided, and perhaps, most importantly for our current contemplation, the ocean has long been regarded as the lungs of the planet. This comforting metaphor paints a picture of a vast, submerged forest, tirelessly breathing oxygen into the atmosphere, endlessly replenishing the very air we depend upon. It's a powerful, reassuring image, reinforcing our belief in nature's infinite capacity to provide. This idea stems from a fundamental understanding. Just as land-based plants perform photosynthesis, taking in carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen, so too do the microscopic inhabitants of the ocean. This process, occurring on a truly monumental scale, has historically led us to view the ocean as the primary oxygen factory for our planet. The sheer volume of water, combined with the unimaginable numbers of tiny organisms within it, seemed to guarantee an inexhaustible supply. It was a beautiful, elegant balance, a testament to the Earth's self-regulating wisdom. Think of the vastness of this contribution. Scientists have often estimated that the ocean produces somewhere between 50% to 80% of the Earth's oxygen. Imagine half of every breath you take, the very essence that fuels your life, originating from these unseen depths, born from the tireless work of microscopic life drifting beneath the waves. It's a humbling thought, connecting our most intimate biological function directly to the sprawling, mysterious world beneath the ocean's surface. This established understanding has created a deeply ingrained sense of security, a quiet trust in the ocean's generous output. And the oxygen doesn't just stay in the ocean, it dissolves into the water, allowing marine life to flourish, from the smallest fish to the largest whale. But a significant portion of it also gently escapes into the atmosphere, mingling with the air we breathe, becoming part of the invisible ocean above us. It's a continuous exchange, a profound conversation between the liquid world and the gaseous world, mediated by the subtle dances of sunlight and chemistry. This constant, gentle flow reinforces the idea of the ocean as an ever-giving, ever-breathing entity, a steadfast provider. The feeling of being near the ocean, listening to its rhythmic sighs, breathing in the fresh, often salty air, contributes to a profound sense of well-being. It's a place where we often go to clear our minds, to find perspective, to feel connected to something larger than ourselves. The vast horizon, the endless movement of the water, the clean scent of the breeze, all these elements combine to create a deeply restorative experience. And part of that restoration comes from the implicit trust we place in the ocean as a boundless source of life-giving oxygen, a constant in a changing world. So, as you allow your mind to drift on the gentle currents of these thoughts, imagine the ocean now, not just as a body of water, but as a silent, powerful presence, quietly breathing for the entire planet. Feel the subtle energy it emanates, the sense of endless depth and constant renewal. Let the image of its vastness and its role as the Earth's primary oxygen provider lull you deeper into a state of profound peace. There is a deep comfort in this understanding, a reassurance that even the grandest forces of nature work with an unhurried, almost meditative consistency to sustain all life. This belief in the ocean's enduring generosity is a soft blanket for the mind, inviting rest as the gentle rhythmic sway of the ocean continues to hum in our minds, and the vastness of its surface evokes a profound sense of peace. We now prepare to embark on a journey into its hidden depths, not to the realm of grand whales or shimmering coral reefs, but to a world of the infinitely small. Tonight, we will meet the invisible dancers in the current, a universe of life so tiny it escapes our naked eye, yet so vital it quietly orchestrates the very air we breathe. Imagine the waters stretching from the gentle currents off the Oregon coast to the warm, clear expanses of the Gulf of Mexico. Within every drop, every cubic inch of this immense liquid world are countless microscopic organisms. Among the most crucial of these are the phytoplankton. These are not vast underwater forests, like the sequoias on land, but rather individual, single-celled organisms, often no bigger than a speck of dust, drifting freely in the sunlit upper layers of the ocean. They are truly the hidden artisans of our atmosphere, the silent weavers of life. Think of them as tiny, luminous pearls scattered through the ocean's sunlit skin, or perhaps as invisible gardens floating just beneath the surface. Each phytoplankton is a miniature factory, gracefully performing the ancient alchemy of photosynthesis. Just like the mighty oak tree in an Alabama park, they absorb sunlight, draw in dissolved carbon dioxide from the water, and in a quiet, elegant transformation, release pure, life-giving oxygen back into the ocean and eventually into the air above. It's a process so fundamental, yet performed by beings so small. It feels almost magical. A testament to the profound power held within the miniature. For decades, we've held a deeply comforting narrative that these phytoplankton are endlessly robust, perpetually abundant, thriving in the vastness of the ocean. We imagine them as a tirelessly efficient workforce, ceaselessly churning out oxygen, a biological engine operating without fail. This understanding contributed to our sense of security about the planet's atmospheric health, a quiet assumption that the ocean's lungs would always breathe freely and deeply. But the beauty of science, much like the gentle unfolding of a flower, is its capacity for subtle revelation. As we've looked closer, with ever more sensitive instruments, and pondered with more nuanced thoughts, a new layer of understanding has begun to emerge. The very idea that these invisible dancers might be faltering, even slightly, is a whisper that prompts a gentle shift in our long-held assumptions. It's not a dramatic alarm, but a quiet suggestion that the delicate balance maintained by these tiny beings might be more sensitive than we once thought. Consider the sheer scale of their collective work. Though each phytoplankton is infinitesimally small, their numbers are astronomical. There are trillions upon trillions of them, forming vast unseen meadows stretching across entire ocean basins, from the chill, nutrient-rich waters of the Bering Sea to the warm, clear waters of the Caribbean. They form the base of the marine food web, quietly supporting almost all other life in the ocean, and it is their collective, unhurried photosynthesis that contributes so much of the oxygen to our atmosphere. The efficiency of these microscopic beings is staggering. They capture the sun's energy with a quiet precision, transforming it into the building blocks of life and the breathable air we cherish. They are the true architects of our atmosphere, performing this essential function with a silent diligence, their lives tied to the subtle dance of light and nutrients in the water. Yet, even these tiny resilient organisms are part of a larger interconnected system, sensitive to the subtle shifts in their environment. Just as a delicate orchid in a Californian greenhouse requires very specific conditions to thrive, so too do these oceanic gardeners. Small changes in their watery home can affect their ability to perform their silent, vital work. This contemplation is not meant to stir anxiety, but to deepen our appreciation for the profound interconnectedness of life. It's a gentle reminder that even the most fundamental processes, those we take for granted, are upheld by an intricate web of delicate balances, often managed by the smallest and most unassuming players. The quiet hum of their existence, their ceaseless work, is a beautiful testament to the resilience and fragility of life itself. So, as you rest, allow your mind to drift into this microscopic world. Imagine the sunlight filtering through the ocean's surface, reaching these tiny, shimmering specks of life. See them gently absorbing the light, quietly transforming carbon dioxide and gracefully releasing the invisible gift of oxygen. There is a profound beauty in this unseen dance, a quiet wonder in recognizing the immense power held within the smallest forms of life. Let this awareness of the intricate, delicate balance of nature lull you into a deeper state of peace, a quiet acceptance of the world's subtle workings. The realization that even these tiny beings hold so much importance can foster a sense of gentle humility and interconnectedness, guiding you towards profound rest. As the gentle image of the invisible plankton dancers drifts softly in our minds, revealing the delicate nature of life at its smallest scales, our journey now invites us to plunge deeper, far beneath the sunlit surface of the ocean. Tonight, we will contemplate the mysterious currents beneath the surface, vast, slow-moving rivers within the ocean itself, carrying secrets and sustenance across immense distances. These aren't tumultuous rapids, but rather unhurried, majestic flows, shaping the environment for countless organisms and profoundly influencing the very air we breathe. Imagine the waters stretching from the frigid depths off the coast of Alaska, where nutrient-rich currents well up from below, to the warmer, more settled waters in the vast expanse of the mid-Atlantic. Beneath the familiar ripple of surface waves, there exists an intricate three-dimensional network of ocean currents. These currents are driven by a complex interplay of forces differences in water temperature and salinity, the gentle push of winds on the surface, and the subtle rotational pull of the Earth itself. They are like the planet's silent, internal circulatory system, tirelessly moving water, heat, and vital nutrients around the globe. One of the most significant of these deep flows is the thermohaline circulation, often referred to as the global conveyor belt. Picture it as an immense, slow-motion river that begins in the icy polar regions, where cold, dense, salty water sinks to the deep ocean floor. This deep water then begins a majestic, unhurried journey, flowing along the ocean basin for thousands of miles, eventually rising to the surface in warmer regions, carrying with it vital nutrients from the depths. It's an incredibly patient cycle, taking hundreds, even thousands of years for a single parcel of water to complete its grand journey. This is a testament to the ocean's profound patience and its ceaseless internal work. These deep currents are crucial because they orchestrate the distribution of nutrients throughout the ocean. Think of the nutrients like the quiet, hidden food sources that sustain our tiny phytoplankton dancers. Without these deep currents gently stirring the ocean, bringing essential elements like nitrates and phosphates from the depths to the sunlit surface layers, the phytoplankton would struggle to thrive. It's a delicate balance, the hidden rivers below feeding the invisible gardens above, ensuring the continuous production of oxygen. However, within this grand, balanced system, there are regions where oxygen becomes naturally scarcer. These are known as oxygen minimum zones, OMZs, or more poetically, dead zones. These aren't sudden, dramatic voids, but rather areas in the mid-depths of the ocean where oxygen levels naturally dip very low. They form because the ocean's circulation might be sluggish in these areas, or because a lot of organic matter from the surface sinks and decomposes, a process that consumes oxygen. These zones are like the quiet, breath-held spaces within the vast ocean, where life needs to adapt to a much more limited supply of this vital gas. For a long time, these oxygen minimum zones were understood as stable, naturally occurring features of the ocean's deep architecture. They were part of the known, accepted patterns of oceanic life. But as we've listened more closely to the ocean's whispers, a new layer of understanding emerges. These zones are subtly, gently expanding. It's not a sudden, alarming shift, but a slow, almost imperceptible creep, like a gentle fog gradually spreading across a valley. This expansion hints at a disturbance in the ocean's deep, patient breathing. The quiet, unseen movement of these currents and the subtle expansion of these low oxygen areas are like the earth itself breathing, sometimes deeply, sometimes more shallowly. The ocean's capacity to transport and distribute oxygen is intricately tied to these flows. When these deep currents slow down, or when warm, less dense water creates a stable layer that prevents mixing. It's like a gentle stifling of the ocean's breath. Less oxygenated water from the surface can mix with the deeper layers, and fewer nutrients are brought up to fuel the oxygen-producing phytoplankton. Imagine a vast, silent library beneath the waves, where ancient currents carry profound information about the ocean's past and present. The slight changes in these currents, the quiet growth of oxygen minimum zones, are like the turning of a very old page, revealing a subtly different narrative than the one we had always assumed. It's a call for gentle observation, a prompting to simply listen to what the deep ocean is quietly telling us about its changing rhythms. This gentle contemplation of the ocean's hidden currents and its natural low oxygen zones helps us appreciate the intricate, often unseen, processes that sustain life on Earth. It reminds us that balance is dynamic, constantly maintained by forces we are only beginning to fully comprehend, and recognizing the quiet, slow expansion of these zones can lead to a deeper sense of empathy for the ocean itself, seeing it not just as a resource, but as a complex, living system that is subtly responding to the changing conditions around it. So, let your mind drift into these deep, unseen currents. Imagine yourself floating in the profound quiet of the ocean's depths, aware of the slow, majestic flow of the thermohaline circulation. Feel the subtle energy of these movements, the gentle, patient work of the Earth's internal systems. And as you contemplate the vastness of these hidden rivers and the quiet expansion of the oxygen minimum zones, allow yourself to sink deeper into a state of profound peace, trusting that the great ocean, even in its subtle changes, is always working towards a new kind of balance. As our gentle journey through the ocean's silent depths continues, having explored the unseen currents and the subtly expanding low oxygen zones, we now turn our attention to another delicate shift in this vast aquatic world, the changes in the warm currents. Imagine a shift in the temperature of the water, not a dramatic, sudden boil, but a slow, almost imperceptible warming, much like the gentle rise in temperature in a sun-warmed swimming pool in a quiet backyard in Arizona. This subtle increase in warmth has far-reaching consequences for the ocean's ability to hold life-giving oxygen and to nurture its microscopic breathers. Think of water, in its most fundamental nature, as a silent conversationalist with gases. Just like a chilled soda holds its fizz more effectively than a warm one, cold water has a greater capacity to dissolve gases, including oxygen, than warm water. This is a fundamental principle, a quiet truth woven into the very fabric of liquid physics. The colder the ocean water, especially in the polar regions where those deep, oxygen-rich currents begin their journey, the more oxygen it can absorb from the atmosphere and carry into its depths. Now, gently consider what happens when the vast, patient currents of the ocean begin to subtly warm. This isn't a sudden, alarming surge, but a slow, creeping embrace of warmth that spreads through the water column. It's like a soft blanket slowly being drawn over the ocean, gradually raising its temperature. As this warming occurs, the water's ability to hold on to dissolved oxygen quietly diminishes. It's not a dramatic expulsion, but a gentle release, a quiet sigh of oxygen molecules escaping back into the atmosphere, leaving the water slightly less vital for the creatures within. This warming also profoundly influences the ocean's stratification. Imagine the ocean as a layered cake. Typically, colder, denser water sinks, and warmer, lighter water floats on top. This difference in density helps drive the ocean's great mixing processes, allowing oxygen-rich surface waters to descend and nutrient-rich deeper waters to gently rise. But as the surface layers warm more significantly, the difference in temperature and density between the warm surface and the cooler depths becomes more pronounced. This creates a stronger, more stable barrier between the layers, making it harder for them to mix. Think of it as a velvet curtain descending between the upper and lower realms of the ocean. This curtain, formed by the increased stratification, slows down the vital exchange of gases and nutrients. Less oxygen from the atmosphere can be effectively mixed into the deeper waters, and crucially, fewer of those essential nutrients from the depths, the very food our tiny phytoplankton dancers need, can reach the sunlit surface. And what happens when these nutrients become scarcer in the sunlit upper layers? Our microscopic oxygen producers, the phytoplankton, begin to struggle. They are like delicate plants in a garden that suddenly receive less nourishment from the soil. Their growth slows. Their numbers might subtly decrease, and consequently, their ability to perform photosynthesis and release oxygen into the water diminishes. It's not a sudden collapse, but a gradual, quiet weakening of the ocean's photosynthetic engine. This subtle interplay between warming waters, increased stratification, and reduced nutrient supply creates a gentle ripple effect throughout the ocean's oxygen cycle. It means that the lungs of the planet, while still vast and powerful, might be breathing a little less deeply, producing a little less of that vital gas than we once thought. It's not a cause for panic, but a quiet invitation to observe, to understand, and to appreciate the intricate, delicate sensitivities of our planet's life support systems. The changes are often imperceptible on a daily basis, unfolding over decades and centuries, much like the slow erosion of a canyon wall in Utah, shaped by the gentle persistence of wind and water. It's a reminder that even the most massive systems can be profoundly influenced by subtle, continuous shifts. The ocean, in its immense patience, is responding to these warm currents, adapting its internal chemistry and biology in ways we are only just beginning to gently perceive. Consider the vastness of the ocean's heat absorption. It acts like an immense, gentle sponge, soaking up much of the excess heat generated by human activities. While this helps regulate atmospheric temperatures, it comes at a quiet cost to the ocean's own internal balance. This absorption of warmth subtly alters its capacity to hold life-sustaining oxygen, a silent trade-off in the grand equation of planetary processes. So, as you rest, allow your mind to gently contemplate these warm currents, their subtle influence on the ocean's ability to hold oxygen, and the quiet implications for the invisible phytoplankton. Imagine the layers of water, gently separating, like different colored silks slowly drifting apart in a silent current. Feel the profound interconnectedness of temperature, density, nutrients, and life, all woven into the grand tapestry of the ocean. There is a deep peace in recognizing the intricate, sensitive balance of nature, and in accepting that even the most subtle changes can have a gentle, yet far-reaching, impact. Let this understanding guide you deeper into a state of profound peace and quiet contemplation. As the subtle warmth of the ocean currents continues to gently shift our understanding, revealing the delicate balance of dissolved oxygen in its vast expanse, our journey now invites us to descend even further. Tonight, we will explore the quiet, darker layers of the ocean, where sunlight struggles to penetrate, and a different set of unseen processes quietly unfold. This isn't a place of foreboding, but rather a realm of profound stillness, a testament to life's enduring adaptability, even in conditions where oxygen becomes a precious, limited resource. Imagine yourself slowly sinking through the water column, past the vibrant, sunlit surface where our tiny phytoplankton dancers thrive. As you descend, the light gradually fades, shifting from bright blues and greens to deeper indigos, until eventually, a profound twilight gives way to complete darkness. This is the aphotic zone, the vast, sunless expanse that comprises most of the ocean's volume, stretching from a few hundred feet down to the deepest trenches, miles below the surface. It's a realm where sunlight, the ultimate source of energy for most life, is utterly absent. In these deep, dark waters, life continues, but it adapts. Many creatures here don't rely on vision. Instead, they navigate by sensing subtle pressure changes, detecting faint chemical traces, or even producing their own light through bioluminescence, creating fleeting, ethereal glows in the perpetual night. Think of a deep-sea anglerfish, its gentle lure shimmering like a tiny, self-contained star in the immense blackness, or the quiet, pulsing light of a jellyfish drifting through the abyss. These are not dramatic light shows, but rather soft, quiet illuminations, born from the very chemistry of life itself. It is in these deeper, darker layers that another crucial part of the oxygen story unfolds, a process that quietly consumes oxygen rather than producing it. As organic matter from the sunlit surface dead phytoplankton, tiny zooplankton, and other debris gently drifts downward, it becomes food for a vast array of bacteria and other microorganisms. These decomposers tirelessly break down this sinking material, recycling nutrients back into the water column. However, this process of decomposition requires oxygen, much like our own bodies require it to process food. So, in these deep, dark realms, oxygen is steadily being consumed, but it is not being replenished by photosynthesis, for there is no sunlight to fuel that life-giving process. This creates a natural gradient where oxygen levels tend to decrease with depth, particularly in areas where there's a lot of sinking organic matter and sluggish water circulation. These are the deep, quiet breathing spaces of the ocean, where the balance between oxygen supply and demand plays out in profound darkness. Consider the balance between production and consumption. On the surface, our phytoplankton are diligently creating oxygen, but below, in the immense dark, vast communities of decomposers are just as diligently consuming it. For eons, this has been a stable, cyclical balance, a testament to the ocean's self-regulating capacity, the slight changes in surface oxygen production, and the subtle expansion of oxygen minimum zones we discussed earlier mean that this ancient, deep-seated balance is now subtly shifting. It's like a colossal, invisible pendulum, swinging ever so slightly in one direction, creating a quiet ripple effect throughout the entire marine environment. The slow, quiet expansion of these low oxygen areas in the mid-depths is particularly significant. It's not just a theoretical concept, it affects real, living creatures. Organisms that cannot tolerate these lower oxygen levels must either migrate to more oxygen-rich waters or their populations may gently decline. It's a subtle ecological shift, a quiet pressure on the delicate web of life in the deep. This doesn't happen with a sudden crash, but with a slow, almost imperceptible adjustment, like a river changing its course over many years, slowly carving a new path. This contemplation of the ocean's quiet, dark layers, where oxygen is consumed, allows us to reflect on the nature of balance itself. Balance is not static. It is a continuous, dynamic dance of opposing forces, production and consumption, light and darkness, creation and decomposition, all are interwoven into the grand, elegant fabric of life on Earth. And the ocean, in its immense wisdom, perpetually manages these intricate balances, even when they are subtly nudged by changing conditions. So, as you rest, allow your mind to gently descend into these quiet, dark waters. Imagine the silent, patient work of decomposers, transforming organic matter, consuming oxygen. Feel the vastness of the darkness, not as something frightening, but as a space of profound tranquility and deep, hidden processes. Recognize that even in the absence of light, life finds a way, adapting, surviving, quietly contributing to the grand, intricate cycles of the planet. Let this understanding of the ocean's quiet, consuming breath lull you deeper into a state of peace, a quiet surrender to the profound, unseen rhythms of our world. As our gentle descent into the ocean's quiet, oxygen-consuming depths deepens our understanding, revealing the delicate balance between production and absorption, our journey now expands outwards, encompassing the grandest scale of all. Tonight, we listen to the planet's breath, understanding the ocean's oxygen story not in isolation, but as an integral whisper within the Earth's vast interconnected life support system. This isn't a complex scientific lecture, but a quiet contemplation of how all of Earth's systems gracefully intertwine, influencing the very air we breathe. Imagine the Earth not merely as a collection of separate continents and oceans, but as a single, living, breathing organism. Every mountain range, every desert dune, every winding river, every cloud that drifts across the sky, all are components of this immense, self-regulating entity. And within this living system, there are great, unseen cycles that quietly orchestrate the flow of vital elements, ensuring the continuity of life. The water cycle, the carbon cycle, and, crucially for our contemplation, the oxygen cycle. These are the planet's profound breaths, its ceaseless metabolic processes. The ocean, in this grand scheme, is truly one of the Earth's primary lungs, just as our own lungs draw in air and exhale. The ocean, through its microscopic phytoplankton, inhales carbon dioxide and gently exhales vast quantities of oxygen. But it's not the only lung. The towering forests, the sprawling grasslands, even the smallest mosses clinging to rocks in a cool stream all contribute to the atmospheric oxygen. It's a beautifully distributed system, a shared responsibility across the entire living planet. For centuries, our understanding of the oxygen cycle was one of simple, robust equilibrium. We assumed that the combined output from oceanic and terrestrial photosynthesis was more than sufficient to meet the needs of all respiring life forms, and that the system would perpetually maintain its own perfect balance. This belief has long served as a quiet foundation for our sense of planetary stability, a comforting assurance that the Earth, in its wisdom, would always provide abundantly. However, as we've listened more closely to the planet's subtle whispers, a deeper, more nuanced understanding has begun to emerge. The story of the ocean producing less oxygen than we thought is not a tale of sudden collapse, but a quiet, complex adjustment within this vast, interconnected system. It's like a gentle shifting of gears within a grand, intricate clockwork mechanism. The planet's breath is still profound, still sustaining, but perhaps it's taking on a slightly different rhythm, a softer intake. Consider the intricate dance between the atmosphere and the ocean. They are in constant, silent conversation. Oxygen produced in the ocean gently escapes into the air, becoming part of the atmosphere we breathe. Carbon dioxide from the atmosphere dissolves into the ocean, providing the raw material for photosynthesis. This exchange is like a continuous, unhurried dialogue, vital for maintaining the planet's atmospheric composition. When the ocean's capacity to produce oxygen changes, even subtly, it sends a ripple through this global conversation, influencing the entire planetary breath. Think of it this way: if one of our own lungs were to subtly, gently reduce its capacity, the other lung might compensate, or our breathing rhythm might adjust. Similarly, when the ocean, one of Earth's major lungs, experiences a slight reduction in its oxygen output, the entire planetary system is affected. It prompts a quiet redistribution of gases, a subtle rebalancing act across the atmosphere, the land, and the remaining healthy parts of the ocean. This process is not chaotic, but rather a slow, majestic recalibration, driven by the planet's inherent desire for equilibrium. The implications for the broader oxygen cycle are profound yet unhurried. It's not about immediate danger for human breathing. The atmosphere holds vast reserves of oxygen. Rather, it speaks to the health of the entire biosphere, the interconnected web of all living things. Marine ecosystems, already sensitive to changing oxygen levels in the deep, would be among the first to gently adapt. The subtle expansion of oxygen minimum zones affects where fish can comfortably swim, where deep-sea creatures can thrive. It's a quiet remapping of the ocean's habitable spaces. This deeper insight into the planet's breath reminds us that everything is linked. The warmth of the atmosphere gently nudges the ocean's temperature, which in turn influences its ability to hold and produce oxygen. The land-based ecosystems, with their own photosynthetic output, also play a crucial role, but they too are subject to their own quiet changes. It's a grand interwoven tapestry where a single thread, subtly shifting, can send a gentle ripple across the entire fabric. So, as you rest now, allow your mind to expand and embrace the image of Earth as a living, breathing entity. Feel the planet's gentle, global respiration, the immense unseen cycles of oxygen flowing between the ocean, the atmosphere, and the land. Recognize that you are a part of this grand, living system, intimately connected to its vast, patient breaths. There is a profound peace in this realization, a sense of belonging to something immeasurably ancient and wise. Let the quiet hum of the Earth's intricate life support system lull you deeper into a state of profound calm, a gentle surrender to the planet's ceaseless, magnificent rhythms. As the gentle global breath of our planet continues to lull us, revealing the intricate dance of the oxygen cycle across oceans, atmosphere, and land, our journey now invites us to contemplate perhaps the most fundamental and elusive concept of all time. We experience its ceaseless flow every moment, a constant companion from dawn till dusk, yet its true nature remains a captivating puzzle, an endless river upon which all of existence gently drifts. Imagine time not as a rigid, unyielding clock, ticking off seconds with unfeeling precision, but as a vast, shimmering river, flowing at its own unhurried pace. Sometimes its currents feel swift, like a rapid mountain stream in Colorado, rushing past us in moments of busy activity. At other times, it meanders slowly, like a wide, lazy river winding through the plains of Nebraska, allowing us to savor each quiet moment. But always it moves onward, with an unyielding yet profoundly gentle grace, carrying all things along its majestic course. Each moment is a tiny ripple on its surface, each day a gentle current, each year a steady bend in its vast, unending journey. Ball lightning, in its fleeting existence, offers a beautiful, luminous meditation on the soft, transient nature of time. It appears, often without warning, glows for a few brief seconds or perhaps a minute, and then simply vanishes, dissolving back into the unseen air from which it emerged. Its lifespan is remarkably short, a mere blink in the grand cosmic eye. Yet within that brief temporal window, it embodies a profound presence. It is a luminous punctuation mark in the steady flow of time, a momentary expression of energy that comes into being and then gracefully recedes. Its impermanence is not a flaw, but a testament to the dynamic, transient beauty of existence, a gentle reminder that all things, no matter how extraordinary, have their fleeting moment in the sun, their appointed time to shine before they softly fade. Consider how our perception of time can fluidly shift. In moments of deep relaxation, when we are fully immersed in a peaceful activity, perhaps watching the waves on a tranquil beach in Hawaii, or listening to the gentle chirping of crickets on a warm summer night in Tennessee, time seems to stretch. It slows down, allowing us to savor each breath, each quiet thought, each subtle sensation. In these moments, the river of time becomes wide and calm, its surface almost still. In contrast, during periods of hurried activity, stress, or anxiety, time can seem to rush by, blurring into an indistinct streak, like a speeding car on a highway in California. This subjective experience suggests that time, while universally present, interacts with our consciousness in a deeply fluid, pliable way. It's not just an external, objective clock, but also an internal rhythm, gently influenced by our state of being, by the quiet or chaotic currents of our own minds. Think of a tree growing from a tiny seed into a towering giant in an ancient forest. Its growth is an incredibly slow, deliberate process, almost imperceptible to the eye on a daily basis. Yet over years and decades, it transforms, reaching towards the sky with immense patience, embodying the unhurried flow of time itself. The tree does not rush. It simply unfolds according to its inherent nature, absorbing sunlight, drawing nutrients from the soil, and expanding with an immense, quiet persistence. Its growth rings, silently marking each year of its life, are like the gentle eddies in time's river, each one a silent record of a quiet, persistent unfolding, a testament to time's unhurried artistry. This gentle, unhurried unfolding is mirrored throughout the cosmos, on scales that dwarf our comprehension. Stars form over millions of years from vast clouds of gas and dust, coalescing under the gentle persuasion of gravity. They then shine for billions of years, radiating light and warmth with immense patience, before they gently cool or dramatically collapse over further eons. Galaxies, those immense islands of stars, spiral at a pace so grand it defies our imagination, their slow rotations measured in hundreds of millions of years. The universe itself, expanding under the subtle, pervasive influence of dark energy, moves with an ultimate, unhurried grace, its grand story unfolding across incomprehensible stretches of cosmic time. These vast cosmic timescales offer a profound perspective on our own fleeting moments, inviting us to release the grip of urgency and embrace the deep patience inherent in all creation, in all existence. The very concept of duration becomes softer, more fluid, when we consider phenomena like the fleeting appearance of ball lightning or the subtle, slow expansion of oxygen minimum zones in the ocean. How long does a single thought last? How long does a feeling linger? These too are fleeting, transient experiences, much like the luminous orb that appears and then fades. By observing the ephemeral nature of such phenomena, by witnessing the quiet ebb and flow of all things, we can cultivate a greater appreciation for the present moment, recognizing its preciousness without clinging to it. Each moment is a unique wave on the river of time, rising into being, cresting with its unique form, and then gently merging back into the continuous, silent flow, making way for the next. Even our own memories are a testament to the fluidity of time, a soft interplay between past and present. They are not fixed, immutable records, like unchangeable photographs, but rather soft, recreated narratives, reshaped subtly with each recollection, each telling. The past, in this sense, is not a solid wall, but a shimmering, permeable veil, gently influenced by our present perspective, our current state of being. And the future is not a rigid, predetermined path, but a vast open expanse of possibilities, yet to be formed, yet to be gently sculpted by the ongoing flow of the present moment, by the choices we make and the currents that carry us. This gentle pliability of time, both within our minds and in the grand design of the universe, can be deeply comforting, releasing us from the burden of absolute certainty. There's a profound peace and immense liberation in allowing time to simply be, without judgment, without resistance, to let moments unfold as they will, to experience their passage with a sense of acceptance, much like the water in a river flows naturally towards the sea without struggling against its banks. We can find stillness within this perpetual movement, a quiet awareness that observes the river's journey without needing to control its currents, without wishing it would speed up or slow down. This is the essence of being truly present, of truly living within the gentle current of existence, finding our anchor in the now. So, as you listen to these words, feel the gentle current of time carrying you softly. Let any lingering thoughts of past regrets or anxieties about the future gently drift away. Like leaves released onto a slow-moving stream, carried further and further from your immediate awareness. Allow yourself to settle into the pure, unhurried flow of the present moment, a continuous, soft unfolding. The universe, in its boundless patience, offers us this profound lesson that time is not a master to be served, a tyrant to be obeyed, but a gentle companion, always moving, always renewing, always inviting us to simply be present within its quiet, ceaseless journey. As we gently surrender to the soft, unhurried flow of time, recognizing its profound patience and fluid nature, our journey now brings us to the very essence of tranquility, the breath of silence. This isn't merely the absence of sound, but rather a deeper, more pervasive quietude, a vast, embracing stillness where everything can settle, where the most subtle whispers of existence can be heard. It is into this profound silence that phenomena like the ephemeral ball lightning finally dissipate, leaving behind only a lingering memory. And it is here that our own minds can find their most profound, restorative rest. Imagine silence not as an empty void, but as a vast, soft, and luminous canvas upon which the universe paints its fleeting wonders. Every sound, every vibration, every luminous manifestation eventually recedes into this fundamental silence, like ripples expanding gently on the perfectly still surface of a vast, calm lake in Minnesota until they softly disappear, leaving the water smooth and reflective once more. This is the ultimate destination of all energetic phenomena, the quiet return to a state of equilibrium, a natural settling into stillness. Ball lightning, with its enigmatic, soft glow, appears from this silence, dances for a brief, magical moment, and then softly dissolves back into it, leaving no crackle, no smoke, just a quiet, profound absence, a gentle return to the unseen. Think of the spaces between your thoughts. Our minds are often filled with a ceaseless chatter, a continuous stream of ideas, plans, and memories, much like a bustling street in New York City. But if you gently observe, if you listen closely, you'll notice tiny pauses, brief moments of quiet between each thought, like the soft, unvoiced spaces between the notes in a lulling piece of music. These are glimpses of the breath of silence, naturally occurring pockets of profound peace that are always available to you, always accessible. They are not something you have to create with effort. They are simply there, waiting to be noticed, waiting for your gentle awareness to rest within them, much like the stillness that emerges after a bell has rung and its resonant sound has finally faded into the air. This profound silence is not a vacuum, not an emptiness to be filled, but a sacred space of pure potential. It is the quiet chamber where new ideas are subtly born, where intuition whispers its gentle insights, where deep understanding can arise without the clamor and distractions of words. It is the fertile ground from which all creation springs, and to which all things eventually return in a graceful, cyclical rhythm, just as a tiny seed, nestled quietly in the dark earth, holds within it the immense potential for a mighty oak tree, silently dormant. This universal silence holds the boundless potential for all sound, all light, all form, all new beginnings. Consider the act of listening deeply. When you truly listen, not just with your ears, but with your entire being, you don't just process words or external noises. You become aware of the subtle nuances, the unspoken meanings, the very texture of the sound itself. And beyond the sound, beyond the vibrations, there is always the vast background silence, always present, always waiting, always cradling every auditory experience. It is in this profound listening, this opening to the subtle and the quiet, that we can connect with the deeper rhythms of life and with the quiet, inherent wisdom that resides not only within us, but also within the very fabric of the universe. The universe, in its boundless wisdom and unimaginable scale, is often profoundly silent. The vast distances between stars and galaxies are filled not with noise and clamor, but with an immense, majestic quiet. Planets orbit their suns in a silent gravitational dance, their movements governed by unseen forces. Light from distant objects travels for billions of years across the cosmos, carrying ancient stories from the very dawn of time to our eyes. Yet it arrives without a single whisper of sound. This cosmic silence is not an emptiness to be feared or avoided. It is a grand, embracing quietude, a profound backdrop against which the drama of existence unfolds with a majestic, unhurried grace. Even the most energetic and seemingly chaotic events eventually find their way back to this fundamental silence. A mighty thunderstorm, after its grand display of roaring thunder and flashing lightning, eventually dissipates, its power gently spent, leaving behind a freshly washed, cool, and quiet world. Perhaps like the stillness after a heavy summer rain in Florida, a roaring fire, having consumed its fuel with fierce intensity, eventually dwindles to soft, glowing embers and then to cool, silent ash, its warmth gently dissipating into the cool stillness of the night. This return to silence is a natural, inevitable part of every cycle, a gentle transition from activity to rest, from presence to absence, a profound cosmic sigh. The phenomenon of ball lightning embodies this perfectly. For a brief, magical moment, it glows with a quiet, contained intensity, a visible manifestation of concentrated energy. But then, it doesn't explode or crash. It simply fades, dissolves, and returns to the unseen, leaving the air still and profoundly silent once more. It's a testament to the elegant impermanence of all things, a beautiful example of how even the most extraordinary and mysterious phenomena gracefully surrender to the pervasive quiet, completing their short, luminous journey. As you allow these profound thoughts to settle deeply within you, bring your awareness to your own breath. Feel the gentle, effortless rise and fall of your chest, the quiet, rhythmic movement of air flowing in and out of your body. Your breath is a living, constant connection to this universal rhythm of presence and silence, a miniature reflection of the grand cosmic cycles. Each inhale is a moment of gathering, a gentle affirmation of being, a drawing in of peace and renewal. Each exhale is a quiet release, a soft surrender to the stillness, a return to the silent potential within, effortlessly letting go of what is no longer needed. There is no effort required, no pushing or pulling, just the natural, effortless flow of life itself, moving with grace and ease. In this very moment, there is truly nothing to do, nowhere to go, no task left unfinished. There are no problems to solve, no urgent demands to attend to, no anxieties that need your immediate attention. There is only the gentle, soothing rhythm of your breath and the vast, embracing silence that cradles everything, holding you securely. Allow any lingering thoughts, any small anxieties, any remaining tensions to simply dissolve into this profound quietude, like tiny drops of water merging seamlessly into a vast, still lake. They lose their individual form, becoming one with the overarching stillness, becoming part of the boundless calm. This is the profound gift of the breath of silence, a timeless, unconditional invitation to release, to surrender, to simply be. It is the sacred space where the boundaries between observer and observed begin to gently blur, where you become one with the quiet, effortless flow of existence. And in this unity, in this deep, enveloping stillness, true rest can be found, a peace that goes far beyond the mere absence of noise, a peace that is inherent in the very fabric of being, always present, always waiting for you. As the vast, embracing silence cradles us, having journeyed from the gentle rhythm of our breath to the profound mysteries of quantum realms and the cosmic quiet, we now arrive at the final, most intimate destination of our shared exploration, drifting into the architect's dream of sleep. This isn't an abrupt end to our journey, but a quiet, beautiful transition, an invitation to surrender fully to the most profound and restorative mystery of our own existence, the nightly descent into the realms of subconscious creation and boundless renewal. Think of sleep not as a cessation of being, a simple turning off of the lights, but as a deeper, more profound form of awareness, a vital journey inward to the very source of physical repair, mental insight, and emotional equilibrium. It is in sleep that the diligent body repairs its cells and tissues, mending the subtle wear and tear of the day. It's when the busy mind sorts through the day's countless experiences, quietly weaving them into the intricate tapestry of memory and understanding, consolidating lessons learned and moments cherished. This nightly ritual is a fundamental biological imperative, yet it holds within it the profound elegance of a meticulously designed system, a silent internal architecture built for your complete restoration. It's a nightly return to a state of quiet, intuitive processing, a graceful, unhurried unwinding. Just as ball lightning, with its enigmatic glow, manifests from unseen energies and then silently dissipates, leaving the air still and clear, so too does our waking consciousness gently dissolve into the vast, luminous mystery of sleep. The active, analytical mind, which grapples with facts and figures, weighs decisions, and plans for the future, quietly recedes, its tireless work for the day complete. In its place, a different kind of intelligence begins to emerge, the ancient, creative, intuitive, and profoundly restorative wisdom of the subconscious. It's a graceful letting go, a gentle release from the conscious grip of thought into the boundless, shimmering ocean of dreams, a descent into quiet knowing. Imagine your lingering thoughts now as gentle, wispy clouds, slowly drifting across a vast, empty sky, perhaps like those seen floating over the endless plains of Montana at dusk. Each thought appears, lingers for a brief moment, and then softly drifts away, carried effortlessly by the subtle breezes of your rhythmic breath. There's no need to grasp at them, no need to follow their fleeting course, no need to understand their origin. Simply observe their silent passage, recognizing that their ephemeral nature is a part of the natural rhythm, a quiet preparation for the profound stillness that awaits you. This peaceful observation allows your mind to unburden itself, shedding the day's concerns like a tree gently sheds its autumn leaves. The universe, in its boundless wisdom and magnificent design, orchestrated this nightly retreat for all living things, this fundamental rhythm of rest and activity, darkness and light. From the smallest bacterium in a hidden pond to the largest whale traversing the deep oceans, every living thing on Earth engages in some form of sleep or deep rest, a testament to its universal importance and its deeply embedded role in the fabric of life. It is a dedicated time for integration, for quiet assimilation, for the subtle, intricate work of renewal that happens far beneath the surface of our conscious awareness. It is the universe's gentle way of ensuring continuity, of maintaining balance, of allowing life to flourish and thrive through endless cycles of creation and restoration. Consider the remarkable act of dreaming. When we enter the realm of dreams, our minds embark on fantastical journeys, creating vivid landscapes, improbable narratives, and profound symbols with effortless ease. These dreams are like miniature universes, spontaneously generated from the raw material of our daily experiences, yet unfolding with their own unique logic and surreal beauty. They are the mind's profound way of playing, of exploring hidden connections, of processing information in a nonlinear, intuitive fashion, untethered from the constraints of waking reality. It's a testament to the mind's boundless creativity and its inherent capacity for wonder, even in its most relaxed and uninhibited state. In dreams, the deepest parts of us communicate through metaphor, guiding us gently towards inner understanding. Just as the mysteries we've contemplated throughout our journey from the silent genesis of a ball of lightning to the unseen currents of dark matter guiding galaxies, or the subtle shift in the ocean's breath, beckon us to embrace the unknown with a sense of awe and wonder. So too does sleep invite us to embrace the profound mystery of our own inner world. It's a sacred space where the boundaries of what we perceive as possible gently blur and dissolve, where the ordinary gives way to the extraordinary, and where the most profound truths can reveal themselves through the subtle, unspoken language of intuition and symbol. This nightly surrender is an act of deep trust, a quiet faith in the wisdom of our own being. There is a profound peace in this surrender, a deep sense of liberation that comes from simply letting go, to allow the worries of the day, the endless to-do lists, the lingering thoughts about what was or what might be, to gently fall away from your awareness, much like the final soft droplets of rain after a long, cleansing storm. To trust implicitly that the universe, in its elegant and benevolent design, has orchestrated this essential period of restorative rest, and that by yielding to it, by simply allowing yourself to drift, we are aligning ourselves with a fundamental, healing rhythm that has sustained life for eons. It's a release from effort, a gentle glide into effortless being, a quiet acceptance of the inherent wisdom of the cosmos flowing through you. As you feel your body becoming even heavier now, sinking deeper and deeper into the soft, yielding embrace of your resting place, allow your breath to become even slower, even more profound. A gentle sigh of contentment. Each inhale is a quiet drawing in of peace, a breath of pure, ambient tranquility. Each exhale is a soft, complete release of any remaining tension, any lingering resistance, any final thought. Imagine your consciousness as a vast, quiet lake, its surface now perfectly still, calm, and undisturbed, reflecting the soft, distant lights of the night sky above, unruffled by any ripple or current. This deep, internal stillness is your natural state, always accessible. This is the architect's dream of sleep, a master design woven into the very fabric of our existence. It is a period of profound internal creation, a nightly renaissance, where the mind, unburdened by the conscious demands of waking life, quietly constructs the intricate pathways for clarity, for insight, and for renewed physical and mental energy. It's where the disparate pieces of the day are gently assembled and integrated into a coherent whole, like a meticulous artisan crafting a masterpiece in silence. And it is here, in this deep, restorative quiet, that the seeds of future ideas, inspirations, and breakthroughs are quietly sown, nurtured by the boundless wisdom of your subconscious waiting to blossom with the new day. So, let the final image be one of ultimate tranquility yourself, gently sinking into a boundless, soft sea of cosmic dust, each particle a shimmering thought, each wave a gentle, lulling breath. You are safe. You are held. You are part of an infinitely patient and wise universe that orchestrates your rest with the same effortless grace and profound balance that it guides the stars through their vast, celestial paths and shapes the majestic galaxies across the cosmos. There is nothing left to do, nothing left to understand, nothing left to strive for, only to surrender fully to the beautiful, silent unfolding of sleep, the quiet embrace of the universal dream.